Much of the world's low-income population lives in makeshift shelters, most of which are poorly insulated and vulnerable to insects, water, fire, earthquakes, and windstorms. Millions of poor and low-income families have no homes at all. In fact, the United Nations estimates that the world's developing nations need more than 740 million new homes for their growing populations. That would require building more than 100,000 new homes every day for the next 20 years, a task that has seemed almost insurmountable. Ironically, many countries most in need of low-income housing must depend largely on expensive imported building materials, even though their lands are endowed with abundant natural resources. In these countries, building materials can account for up to 70% of the cost of constructing a standard low-income housing unit. Now, a revolutionary new type of building material and low-cost rapid construction process have been developed to help address the urgent need for high-quality, low-cost housing that is affordable for a majority of the world's families. Grancrete spray-on structural cement and the Grancrete rapid construction process were developed through a collaboration between Argonne National Laboratory and Casa Grande LLC. Grancrete cement is not like concrete. It's the world's first spray-on structural cement that does not require expensive and time-consuming reinforcement with steel wire or mesh. Grancrete is comprised of a patented blend of chemicals, locally available aggregates, and water. But Grancrete doesn't just dry like conventional concrete. It is produced through a unique chemical reaction that turns Grancrete into a dense, hardened ceramic cement having more than 2 to 3 times the compressive strength of regular concrete. The spray-on cement makes possible the novel Grancrete construction process for rapidly producing low-cost, high-quality homes. The Grancrete process is simple. First, the shell of the building is constructed using expanded polystyrene foam panels, such as Styrofoam brand EPS panels, which are held in place using lightweight aluminum channels anchored to the foundation. Then, window and door openings are cut out of the foam and the frames are installed. From start to finish, the foam panels can be installed and ready to be covered by Grancrete cement in just a few hours. Both the exterior and interior of the walls and roof are sprayed to a thickness of about 1/2 inch. A few hours later, the Grancrete is hardened and now offers greater strength and rigidity than conventional concrete. The insulating EPS foam in the middle helps ensure the house is never too cold or never too warm. Grancrete is sprayed around the windows and door frames to ensure a weatherproof seal. And because it is not affected by the weather, Grancrete won't crack or shrink. The environmentally friendly phosphate-based cement is heat and fire resistant, water resistant, and very strong. And unlike concrete-based products, Grancrete is not affected by salt spray or by adding aggregates with a high salinity level, which means that even beach sand can be used as an aggregate when mixing the material. Against earth tremors, Grancrete holds up better than many of the most expensive construction techniques. Plumbing and electrical lines can be attached to the foam and covered to hide and protect them. The roof is also constructed of foam panels that are held in place by aluminum channels. Once covered with Grancrete, the roof becomes an integral watertight part of the home. Because foam is so light, construction does not require a lot of people or heavy equipment. Experience has shown that a single 5-person crew can build 2 complete Grancrete homes in just 1 day. On the crew, only the spraying technician requires special training. Using conventional construction techniques, it typically takes 20 men 2 weeks to build a single house. With Grancrete spray-on cement and the Grancrete rapid construction process, those same 20 men in 2 weeks could build 80 homes. Homes that cost far less than those built using conventional methods. Homes that won't rot or be eaten away by insects and won't blow down in the wind. To perfect the spray-on fast-setting technology, researchers worked for over 2 years to test various Grancrete formulas using instruments developed by the oil industry. Different pumpable and durable compositions were created that are suited for application in almost all climates, from cold permafrost regions to tropical areas. Unlike cements with polymer additives that can burn and give off toxic gases, Grancrete is highly flame resistant and contains no polymers. The walls can be painted and decorated by the owners, or Grancrete can be tinted to almost any color prior to mixing and spraying. If a Grancrete surface is ever damaged, it can be easily repaired by respraying or by using a hand trowel because, unlike concrete, Grancrete permanently adheres to itself without reinforcement or special surface treatments. You can also hang shelves and other items on Grancrete walls simply by drilling holes with a standard masonry bit. A Grancrete home can be built and sold at a profit by local contractors for a price that still makes the home affordable for millions of low-income families worldwide by financing the purchase with a mortgage. Grancrete makes it possible to turn low-cost housing from makeshift to marvelous. Homes that will last a lifetime for millions of low-income families. The Grancrete spray-on structural cement and rapid construction process, bringing high-quality, low-cost housing to families worldwide.